live mode, so I'm going to wait to see if it can. Okay. Give me a second. YouTube stream link here. Okay, I got YouTube up. All right, I'll see you guys at YouTube. I just sent the link. Okay, I only see, okay, now I see 7 people. All right. All right, so let me share my screen. So I was just, I was just looking at the premiums, and I was a little more nervous about my calls, but I keep saying you can't just use one signal. If you use one signal, you're going to get hosed. It's a very dynamic market. So that's why, I'm relying more on price action right now, because I'm identifying the what's important and what matters to the market. So right now we can see pretty obviously that we're okay. I'm gonna just take one off at least, trim a little bit of these. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Sorry, give me a second. I should have trimmed. I wanted to. Now I'm not going to. I'm gonna wait to see if we can pop above. Let's see what we do with this big level here. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I wanted to trim a little bit, even though I told you I wanted Valhalla. You have to trim on these pops. You get such a good benefit trading options with the delta change you get there. It just really juices your premiums. So let's see if it was a mistake not trimming. We could fail this level, be a look above and fail, which would honestly match the premiums that I'm seeing. But price action says I can push it a little harder, see if I get what I want. But like I'm trying to be very clear that this is a good spot to at least trim. And now we're failing that level. So yeah, hindsight 2020, I should have trimmed. I wanted to trim and then it dropped a little and I didn't take the trim. So shame on me. But let's see. So if we see call premiums are pumping up a little bit, puts are also curling up. So this could just be a big failure. I don't think it is, but we'll see if it does change the storyline, right? We'll see if it does fail. What is going to kill me is if I keep losing money on Tesla and coin. Tesla will be the death of me. Okay, so VIX ticking up a little bit there, nothing crazy. Coin's getting murdered. Okay, this looks like it's going to fail. VIX is popping up, tick is getting weak, premiums are getting bearish again. This looks like it's going to fail. I'm not going to sell my calls yet until I get a confirmation. But you can see how premiums are looking. So still like in between, undecided. Remember, there's a lot of support to the downside. So the path of least resistance remains up. But trading zero DTEs, you don't just have the luxury of saying, "Oh, eventually go up." You have to be right on timing. Now, one style is you take less trades and you let them go to zero because you have so much conviction, but that's just not something we're doing. So right now I'm looking to see if this is a true look above and failure of 86. If it is, it's quite bearish. We're seeing that confirm a little bit in the premium. So, okay, this looks to be failing. I'm pretty sure this is going to fail. If it holds the EMAs, then it's supportive, it's good. Just watching to see what happens. Like you guys heard, I wanted to trim some here. I didn't. I hesitated, and that's what I mean. You can be right. You can think you're right, but at the end of the day, it's what did you execute on? So right now, yes, I'm not feeling comfortable anymore. I was up 50, 60%. Now I'm probably break even or less. But right now we're just testing the 8 EMA, so I'll let it sit for a little bit, and then I'll cut it if I need to. But as of now, this is a look above and fail of a key level, which is quite bearish. Meaning it looked above this level and then immediately failed down. So it trapped everybody trying to catch that breakout. But what we know is the 8 EMA on the 10-minute for me provides a lot of support. And as long as we can trend above there, then I'm not worried at all. Or I shouldn't say at all, then I'm not worried. VIX is failing support or resistance here, so definitely not in the mood to cut these yet. Okay, this is looking like a big failure. But look, I'm not going to buy it yet because calls are ticking up. So I'm not buying this failure quite yet, and I might get a little burned. But as long as calls keep ticking up, I'm not gonna buy into it. We're technically failing the EMAs right now, but I'm gonna wait for the candles to close. VIX is now pumping up above resistance. So yeah, this is looking more and more like a big failure, which is obviously quite bad. But because calls have been ticking up a little bit, I feel okay about it. I don't feel great. You see market tide is now getting a little bit more bearish. We have calls coming down, puts coming up. But look at SPY net, which is my preferred. Both calls and puts are coming up, so maybe a little bit undecided. What I really want to look for is something more to confirm that this is going to fail. I'd rather take a 20% loss on something I was up on than a break even if I still haven't got full confirmation of the trade, and that's just my style. I don't want to re-enter and chase. Right now, if you're not in anything, this is kind of no man's land right here. And if I were to say probability, maybe there's a 50. I believe slightly more this will fail. Then it will not fail. Yeah, okay. Let me see. I'm going to cut this soon, I think. Yeah, VIX. Okay, I have to cut it. I'll tell you when I do. Okay, calls are failing too. I'm cutting it. Taking my loss. Wait, it didn't fill because I had a stop market. Oh, I have a stop on it already. Okay, I have a stop at 290, so I'll let that fill if it decides to. So far, it barely missed its fill. Tick punching up a little bit. Maybe, I mean, maybe maybe this works out. But if premiums, it looks quite bearish still. This is okay. This is gonna fill. Okay, I'm out. I got stopped. I'm not gonna. Here, I need to post it. Okay, I should have taken profits when I talked about it. I didn't, and now Tesla's failing. Okay, Tesla's at my next level here. I'm not going to add Tesla, but I'm just watching it. This is a pretty big failure, so my weeklies are toast. Market look pretty bearish here. I'm going to now look at puts. Just based on that look above and failure, like I said, it was quite bearish, but it's really hard to add puts here with confidence at above 74 and above 68. So I'm not going to do it yet. Now, unfortunately, I'm 1 for 3 on the day. It happens. Let's see if we can get a good trade on the stream. I'm going to wait for the best setup possible. I don't really want to take another losing trade. I don't have the luxury of doing that. So I'm going to wait, see what we can get here. But premiums look bearish. They're finally panning out. VIX is up. I can maybe take an aggressive put here, but I have to wait. I have to wait. I want to see the reaction to 74. Okay, tick's improving a little bit. Let's see what we get. Let me look at premiums. Premiums still look bearish, but you see calls curling up a little bit. I wouldn't read too much into that. SPX looks pretty weak here. I'm not going to say it's going to fail 74, but I kind of want to take a preemptive trade here. If you look at this price action, it's weak. If you look at VIX, it's weak. If you look at, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you're going to chase this with me, but I have no choice but to add. I'm going to add some really aggressive puts too, because if this fails, it'll fail pretty hard. I'm going to wait a little bit because I want to get confirmation. We're going to make this a good trade, but look at VIX here. So, okay, and Tesla's at that key level. So like I said, I have to buy Tesla here. That's just part of what I agreed to with myself and we just talked about. So I'm going to add more shares. I'm not going to add any more calls. I'm going to add 15 shares of Tesla here, right at this key level. And this is why it's hard to add puts here because 74 is such strong support. That's why I was getting eager to, but it didn't make sense, right? So this is why it's hard trading SPX. You get really emotional. You're like, oh, it looks like it's going to go down, and then it goes against you. So that's why I hesitated a little bit. I'm glad I did. If I do love shorting this, and if you want to short this, what you do is you can short here on this EMA kiss, right? So if it's going to fail, it's going to fail there. You see where Tesla's holding? So that's why I added more shares there. Okay, tick getting weak, VIX going up. So okay. I don't hate this for an ad for puts. Gonna wait, be patient. Let's see if I can get any more confirmation here. Again, the path of least resistance is up. So if you're taking puts, you have to be very selective. Okay, I'm going to take a quick. Okay, premiums are still bearish, so let me see. I'm going to wait a little bit. So Tesla bounced off that level I mentioned. This is where SPX can fail. If I get any sense of failure here, I'll add the puts. Okay, so holding here, look at Tesla, held at that level. That ad was good for now, but obviously it can fail. Here we want to see what SPX does with this 10 EMA. We can see here that premiums are still quite bearish on SPY. So what we want to know is, is SPX going to fail here? This might just be a choppy day. So as you guys know, my stream win rate is very high because I'm super selective with them. I don't know why I choose to be a little bit more risk averse on stream, but premiums are still quite bearish, so I'm inclined to take a put soon. Okay, just chopping, right? We didn't take any trade on the stream. I got stopped out of my calls, so be it. What we don't want to do is take another losing trade. So we're going to wait, see if we can get the perfect trade. I'm just looking back at this to see if I see any confirmation of taking the puts, because that's what my finger's on right now. But this is kind of a choppy state, so tick is improving a little bit. No trade right now. There's no good trade right now. I want to see if we can find something. Coin is improving a little bit. Tesla's improving. Very hard day to trade SPX, just barcoding. Taking another look at proofs, you can see calls are now curling up a little bit. It's nothing. Right now we're still in chop zone, so there's nothing really. Okay, so SPX is failing that a little bit. Let's see. VIX is down. Nothing to do. I'm just speaking my mind out loud, trying to see if I can find anything. Okay, tick is failing. Okay, if this fails, VIX is now up again. Waiting here, waiting. But premiums are bearish. Tick is now improving. Nothing to do. I know I'm kind of going back and forth, but this is kind of how I. Okay, look at this tick improvement. VIX going up. Nothing to do. Just watching. We're just going to keep watching. We want to find a trade, but we're not going to force it. We're waiting for some kind of confirmation on either direction. The best trade would be for puts, another failure of 86. That's a good trade. Or for calls, a bounce off 74. Or for calls, another reclaim of 86. Based on tick, it looks like SPX can be strong here. If we look at premiums, puts are curling down a little bit, but it doesn't mean anything. So we're just gonna wait and be patient and try and see if we can find a better setup. Just because we're on stream doesn't mean we're automatically gonna get a good trade. VIX is coming down a little bit. Very tough day to trade. Okay, look at that. Look at SPX. It's trying to reclaim the 8. Let's see if it can close above. Very strong tick here. This is probably going to explode. I want to see calls. I want to see some calls confirm that. But as of now, as of second, I favor upside, but I'm not entering anything yet. Okay, VIX is dying now. So you see VIX dying. This is also confirming the upside. Yep, exactly, Ross. I not 100% because of SPY, but yeah, based on tide, you're right. See, tick's now degrading a little bit. Again, nothing to do. This is a chop range. Look at put premiums on SPY. They're not going down. Calls are going up. I'm not convinced we're going to push through 86. Okay, based on puts, I'm starting to feel a little bit more inclined to short this now. Let's see if we can fail the 8 EMA. Again, if you take a short with me and I take one here, just know there's not much room on the downside. Okay, look, we closed above the 8 EMA, back into chop zone, so that makes it a little bit more favorable to the bulls. VIX is now coming down. Tick is picking back up. Okay, puts are now coming down a little bit, but that's too soon to say. VIX coming up. Let's see if this fails. I think this is going to fail now. But as you can tell, I'm going back and forth because the price action is very back and forth. Coin coming back a little bit. SPX holding the 8 EMA for now. VIX is now coming down. Tick is strong. I'm still a little bit more inclined, like in terms of short or long here, I favor a short. I'm not taking it yet, but between the two, I still am favoring shorts a little bit. I could see a big slice down, especially into PCE tomorrow, and with all the put premiums that we've been seeing over the past few days. So that's why if I take a short, I'm going to take a pretty aggressive one, super out of the money. Tick is improving. Look at that tick. That's a very healthy tick. Breadth is improving under the hood. Just have to wait for the right trade to come to us. Tick is really strong. This can punch up. Okay, so because of tick now, look, every second there's new information. Because of tick now, it now is supporting more of an upside move. This can explode up. I want to see something in premiums to suggest it. Nothing in premiums yet suggests the upside move, but if you look at tick, it's very healthy. We're going to get a trade, I think. So same thing as I talked about the last 2 days. We have a really strong tick, but sellers are absorbing it. So maybe this means it's gonna come down. What I would have wanted to see is this to move. Tick keeps moving up, but SPX is not moving. Very healthy tick. Very healthy buyers under there, but it's not moving SPX. So we're just gonna keep watching. Tick is very strong. Definitely have my eye on that. Very confusing tape. Nothing clear. We are seeing some improvement in premiums on calls, but that okay. Tick is now degrading. Let's see what. Okay, SPX is going to move down. Okay, I'm gonna. Let's see. EMA is still holding. I'm like so close to adding puts, but the EMA is holding. So I'm really close to adding puts here. Okay, I'm gonna add super aggressive ones. So don't add if you're risk averse. I just added the 50 puts for $1. You should add something more in the money if you don't want to take that risk. I'm trying to update the Discord, but my app is frozen. I cannot update this. Come on. Okay. Come on. I'm in the 50 puts, guys, at $1, just so you know. Tick is really strong, but sellers are absorbing all of it. So let's see if they can continue that. But look at these buyers that keep coming. VIX is coming up. Premiums remain bearish. Just have to watch now to see if the EMAs break, since we did take it a little early. But based on what I'm seeing, I still think puts can work. Okay, here's tick coming down. Okay, but now VIX just failed. But with tick coming down, let's see. A little early on the puts. Let's see if we get it. VIX is now failing again, so maybe these puts fail. Just gotta keep watching it. See where this closes at the EMA. Okay, see that tick coming down? This is some selling pressure here. Let's see if this can materialize into a good sell. Still very choppy. Let's get a sell. It's going to hold the 8 EMA. Okay. Okay, I'm HON. I've been watching this all morning. We might have some risky lottos for HON. Haven't added them yet. Okay, see this tick? This should break below the EMAs here. Okay, VIX is failing now. We got stuck in a tough spot. Let's see if we can get the move I'm looking for. Premium still suggests a downside move can happen, but remember, price action has been prevailing. Okay, let's see if we get it here. If we look at Tesla on the daily, now it's at the 8 EM. So Tesla really needs to bounce here. Bitcoin also failed the 8 EMA. Okay, here we go. Is this going to be it? Just gotta watch and see. Very tough day. If we look at premiums though, look at call premiums. They're starting to come down. Puts and calls are converging. This should nuke down a little bit. I don't know how much of a drill down we get. Okay, that tick was strong. Breadth is strong. Coin improving a little bit, picking back up. Nothing in premium tells me what's going to happen next right now. Okay, VIX is failing again. This is just choppy, choppy, choppy. Okay, puts are coming down a little bit. So again, choppy zone. This can fail here. These puts can fail. We took some risky puts. holding the 8 EMA. Coin is improving, tick is improving. Tesla held the 8 EMA there. Okay, looks like our puts are going to fail. Another bad trade. Took it a little bit opportunistically above the EMAs. Very healthy breadth there. I still want to see this fail, obviously, but we'll see. Okay, look at Tesla. Tesla's holding quite well. Just chop zone, so, right, like hard on either direction. Just watching now. VIX is failing down. I think these puts might fail, and then puts here are failing on SpyNet. Might be the first failed SPX trade on stream in a while. Today's been kind of tough for me, as you guys have seen. With the puts a little bit longer, but decent chance this fails given what I'm seeing here. Giving it a little bit more time. Still not in a clear direction here. What you want to see is tick to continue to weaken after it was so strong there. Not sure if we get it. Coin is ramping up, which is good for those calls I added. So you see how important this level is for Tesla. It's holding for now. It could fail. Okay, VIX is coming back up. Tick is degrading. I might have to cut this soon. I'm going to wait because of how Tick is acting. Things are starting to get a little bit more bullish for SPY. Good for any longs you have, bad for these puts we're in. Let's see if we can squeak out a decent trade. Wow, AXP kept moving. Nice. So a lot of strength in the market right now. I think I'm going to have to cut these puts soon. I tried them assuming we were going to get a breakdown, but we didn't get it. Yeah, Herc, smart man. Calls are getting bullish. This looks bullish, guys. Yeah. Let's see if this fails. If this can fail 86. Still can't clear 86, so I'm holding out for a little bit longer. Okay. That's it. I think, yeah. Give it one more second to see if this fails, but I'm going to take a 50% loss on these. Just waiting a little bit longer. Still don't see it in premiums, but price action is very strong. Okay. Hesitating a little bit to cut. Puts are coming down on SPY. Gonna give it just a second more. I'm watching tick right here, right? So I'm watching tick come down. I know 86 is a key level. I know puts are coming down. I think this is going to fail, meaning 86 will hold. Okay, I'm cutting it. Am I? Sorry, I'm just really tough spot for me right now. Trying to figure out if I do want to cut it. This is quite bullish. This should hold and push up. Okay, I'm out. My browser is not updating. Okay, I'm out. All right, tough day for me. Not as good as yesterday. Let's see if we can see something else. This is quite bullish. Don't need to chase it. Don't need to do anything. Tried to take opportunistic short here. That didn't work. VIX is coming down. This can scream higher. I'm sad because I got stopped here on my calls and then it just totally messed me up. This can scream a lot higher. This can go a lot higher. So now, okay, so now we failed on that trade. What do we do? Do we chase? How do we find a new position? What you want to see is the reaction at 95. You want to see then another retest of 90, and you can try longing there. Look at coin coming back. Tesla is holding that level that I mentioned. This looks very bullish right now. Oh, nice. I didn't even notice HE. HE is ripping. That's great. Got a nice little pump there. I do like Honeywell. Okay, so let's see. That's why we don't chase. Let's see what's happening here. Maybe we can squeeze in one trade. Let me make sure I post. Pretty weak tick there. Nothing to be bearish about. We tried. We failed. Premiums are still weird on. If we look at coin on the daily, that's a big tick down. That's some serious selling. Oh, did I not? I thought I added Tesla. Did the order not go through? It did not. Let's look at the 5-minute, see if we can get one trade. I want to get one good trade. Been a terrible day so far. Big tick down. Look at this tick. That is some serious selling coming in. Okay, look at premiums here. Premiums are getting quite bearish too. I don't see anything clearly. Obviously a bit jaded from the couple L's I already took. Puts are now coming down a little bit on SPY. SPY wants to just keep climbing. Wow. Let's see what Tesla premiums look like. I kind of want to add those shares I thought I was going to add that I never executed. Not looking great. TEM is working quite well. I really like Honeywell to add a little bit more. Look at that big support bounce. This can climb quite a bit. Bitcoin's moving. CoreWeave's doing great. XP, hindsight, wish I held. Premium's still quite bearish. That's been the case the past couple days, so it's hard to read too much into it, too far into it. Let's see what's going on with Galaxy. I might You know what? Screw it. I'm adding back Galaxy. Okay, this is gonna rip. It's so confusing, guys. So this is really hard right now. Premiums just aren't matching this at all. Like this does not feel real to me. Something suspicious is going on. I don't get it. Doesn't make sense. Galaxy looks good, especially with this volume wick here. Market looks strong, price action strong. Premiums have been out of whack. Accepted my failure on those puts. Look at TEM, guys. Wow. It is flying. FTAI is really crushing it too. Okay, so if I were to reflect on what I messed up on this trade with the puts, what reflecting on it, remember I added puts opportunistically here because the buying, the buying was getting absorbed by sellers. That was wrong. I should have just focused on the breadth improving, and us holding the 8 EMA. So that's if I were to reflect on what I did wrong with the trade, it was that, and also frankly buying in this chop zone. And that's why we stop, right? That's why we allow our positions to stop out. We do not need to write it to zero. It sucks, but that's sometimes how the cookie crumbles. And yeah, today's been a little tough, obviously. Okay, this looks quite bullish now. Premiums are reverting. Now we want to see if I won't call it a double top, but let's see if it tops out here. Honeywell still looks really good. In hindsight, I wish I was adding. Okay, let's see if SPX fails here. Let's see if we get any confirmation of it failing from premiums and it sustaining. Maybe we can try taking a quick short here. It's really tough to short this, right? Just because it failed a little bit here doesn't mean it will fail. And if it does, maybe it taps the EMA. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go for a lotto. Doesn't mean you should. Just based on premiums and that failure rejection in 95, I added the 70 puts for 1.25. Risky, think of it as a lotto. So we were talking about, let's see if it rejects. It double tops up here, basically saying, nope, you're not going to get there. Too many sellers above. And so let's see if that can fade into a decent trade. VIX is ticking back up. Coin is deciding to fail. So based on premiums, it's a bit of a risky ad, right? Premiums are not getting worse. And right now, SPX is just going to test the 5 EMA. Let's see where the 10-minute sits. Let's see what VIX does here at support. Right, we have VIX right here at 1427, or sorry, resistance here. Tick is weak. Tick is improving. This might just reclaim 95. VIX just failed resistance here at 1427. Premiums still look quite bearish, so maybe this is a big PCE dump. I don't know. Honeywell is pushing through above 221.35. It looks quite good. So Honeywell on the daily, look at this chart. This is probably going to push up a lot tomorrow, assuming the market supports it. But this is very bullish consolidation, test of the EMA, and push up. SPX very strong. Looking at financials, Affirm, Upstart, all following the trend. PM, not a bad spot here. Okay, let's see if we can get something. Oh wow, GitLab is up 7. Wow. Wow. I was looking at GitLab. Too bad. Asan 2 has been interesting for me. So look, premiums, like I would say there's a high chance based on this, which it's been wrong the past couple of days, that we get a decent dump right now. It's just been really hard. Price action's been way too strong. Way too. Let's see if this dumps here. It should dump. Like pretty decent sized conviction that this dumps. Wow, look at Iran. That was a. I had this and I sold it. I sold it here at 18. Too bad. CIFR2. I don't know if anybody's in Newmont with me, but it just continues to work extremely well. I'm tempted to just take the profits on Newmont. Okay, you know what? I am going to cut SPY here. It wasn't a huge size for me, but let's give it one more second. Yeah. It's too bullish. I'm out. I'm out. I think I'm done. I'm cutting myself off. I'm going to end the stream too. Sorry, guys. Not the best stream today. Overall, it took 5 SPX trades and 4 failed. So we will live to fight another day. Definitely hurts at the average a little bit, but we'll get it next time.